This video is going to be an update on the Columbus Crew and where they're at. I do plan on uploading a Browns video later today, but for now, let's get this topic done. So the Columbus was eliminated from the League's Cup last Friday by Minnesota in penalties in the round of 32. Well, I mean, but when I mean last Friday, not yesterday, but the Friday before yesterday. A bit of a weird deja vu moment of the MLS is Back tournament where the Crew was knocked out in the first round of single game eliminations by Minnesota, also in penalties. So a bit weird deja vu in my head there. Evan Bush was the goalkeeper over Patrick Schulte in this one, which was a bit of a strange decision. I guess you could argue that, well, the Crew decided suddenly to not really care all that much about the League's Cup, but if that was the case, then why they've been playing Patrick Schulte this whole time, I can't really, I'm not in the coaches meeting, I'm not really going to be able to explain that one. This one really played all the hits for the Crew season thus far. So they did what they've been doing in scoring goals. They had 3 of them, which is pretty good, but they had their fair share of defensive lapses as well that Minnesota definitely was able to take advantage of. The third goal for Minnesota to tie it came in the 90th minute. So again, the Crew conceding late goals to either get a draw or maybe even get a loss for a team. That's been happening a lot in the past few years after just an awful turnover by Mo Farsi. Just not a good play. I mean, again, Minnesota, they definitely still had to, put the ball in the net. They still had to do things to capitalize on their opportunities, and they did that very well. Credit to them for that. But that turnover especially was disastrous for Columbus. Despite that, I feel like the Crew still gave themselves plenty of opportunities to go ahead and get a 4th goal even in that stoppage time. But no one really seemed to be a true threat aside from maybe Cucho Hernandez to really be able to put that ball, to get that goal when they really needed one. So things sat at 3 after stoppage time, meaning that the penalties would come next. Both teams converting their first 3 and missing their next 2. So you go into sudden death. Crew would miss their 3rd straight penalty kick, while the Loons would hit theirs on the next attempt, pretty much ending the match right there. So I thought what this match showed was that the club that we saw on the 4th, excuse me, they wouldn't really do much in MLS play. Even if they made the MLS playoffs, I don't think a large run would be in store for them. However, on the good side, and thankfully, they do have a lot more pieces coming, including Diego Rossi. He will certainly help their ceiling. Look, Lucas Elrayon certainly would have helped in penalty kicks. I don't think it's crazy to say that maybe he converts on one of those chances in the other 90-plus minutes of play. So I do feel like you need another elite scorer. If he can start producing at, offense at an elite level like he did with LAFC, and you add that with Cucho Hernandez, what he already brings to the Crew, they could be in a situation where they have 2 aces yet again. A little bit of a Ted Lasso reference in there. They might have 2 aces yet again because El Rayon leaving definitely leaves them without one of their aces that they definitely had. However, the offense hasn't really been the main issue. Again, they put up 3 goals in the match against Minnesota. They need to stop those prime chances as well. So Rudy Camacho, I think Diego Rossi is a key to helping the Crew improve their ceiling. I think Rudy Camacho could be the key to raising this club's floor. I feel like, that addition of him and Rossi are very, very 2 exciting additions that I feel like would keep me watching the rest of the MLS season for the Crew. If these moves didn't happen, I would definitely be anticipating a much worse kind of push for the postseason. I don't think the Crew would give up on the season as a team, as a unit, but I would definitely feel a lot less excited about, okay, well, they're going to, even if they make the playoffs, I'm not quite sure realistically how far they could go in them. But now with Diego Rossi coming in and Rudy Camacho and what those 2 could bring to this team, what that could mean for the play of this team moving forward, I do think that this could very well be a very dangerous team moving forward. And if they do make it into the postseason, because that is in no way a lock for the Crew yet. If they do make the postseason, I feel like they could be a team that could really make some noise, especially if Rossi and Cucho Hernandez are on heaters. You had Christian Ramirez in there. I do think this could be a dangerous club if they do indeed make the postseason. We'll see how it comes together on the 20th when they play the MLS leading FC Cincinnati. They will be without manager Wilfried Nancy, so that's going to be a bit of an obstacle for the Crew to overcome, although maybe the home field advantage will give them that. Who knows? He's serving the 2nd of his 2-match suspension given to him after that debacle against New York City FC. The Crew currently sit at 6th in the MLS East. There is a bit of a logjam in the middle of the conference, as 3rd is only 4 points ahead of them, but 8th is also only 4 points behind them. So there's plenty of room for them to move up if they get a couple good results, but there's also plenty of space for them to drop in the standings if the next couple or few matches don't quite go their way. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you didn't make it this far, leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and you'd like to see more like it. You can let me know in the comments what you think about the Crew and how you think they're going to perform over the next few weeks as MLS comes back into play. What you thought about maybe some of their decision making in the Leagues Cup game against Minnesota. I know some of the substitution decisions got some flack in playing Evan Bush. You can let me know that in the comments below. Thank you once again for watching, and I will see you at the next one.